Okay, guys. So today I have a special guest, Fredrick from a Golfer's Walk. And what he's gonna do, he's gonna tell me some of his picks from some YouTube golfers in the states that have small channels. And so, can we go ahead and introduce you, Fredrick from Golfer's Walk?
Well, thanks, Eric. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on your channel. And so I am a 52 almost year-old golfer. I played competitive golf in college, played Division III and Division I. So I played at University of Alabama was the last I played. That was the Division I school I played for. I then played the mini tours for a few years, and then my father died and decided to give up playing golf to take care of the family. And so while I played competitive for a little while, I had to give it up. And I gave it up for a little over 12 years. Kind of life, family, business, gets in the way. And so about a year and a half ago, I decided to pick it back up and try and make a go of it, because I always felt like I wanted to be able to play on the PGA Tour. I've been told many times I had the talent for it, but just never got a chance. And so I wanted to make a channel to kind of hold me accountable, to keep up the work, and I love to teach. And so I like for my channel, I love to show people what it is that I'm working on. So it's very instructional, or to inspire people. So I like to make very dramatic kind of videos sometimes, where it's just the music with golf and golfing, as opposed to a lot of talking. And I also like to do a lot of teaching in what I do.
Yeah.
So,
well, I noticed one thing definitely from your channel. Man, I told you this many times, but you have a great swing. I like that. Your all your back swing and everything is really, and it's you don't see that a lot. I have to say, unless you're talking about obviously Rick Shales and Peter Finch, some of the big golfers. So I like that about your game. You can clearly see that you play a lot. Yeah, like you said, you're a stretch player, right? Or
I am.
handicap.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
handicap.
Scratch. Yeah. Technically, I still have a hand. So I got my amateur status back a long time ago. So I have a handicap now. I think my index is like a 0.3, but I played really bad at the end of the year, so it's up from where it should be. But when I started trying to play back a year and a half ago, I was shooting 85, all the time, because I just hadn't played. So got it back down, working hard at it. So yeah, that's what I do.
So you said you wanna recommend some channels. What channels do you have in mind from the U.S. there?
Yeah. Well, I had seen the Harry Golfer do kind of a thing where they talked about different smaller YouTube channels that he enjoyed and he recommended people doing, and I thought it would be great to try and support some other small channels. And so in the United States, there are a number of channels that are smaller that I would certainly recommend. And I think the first one would be the Bogey Brothers. This is a couple of guys. They're out of California, and I'm telling you right now, they're going to be huge. They have really skyrocketed. You actually don't know their names, but they go by Bogey Smalls and Two Putt, and Bogey Smalls, I believe, was in the hip hop business for quite a while. I think he was a producer. And so he took his knowledge of music and editing and that sort of thing, and they've kind of come together to put together a very different kind of channel. They're not good golfers. They're really very poor golfers. But the thing about it is that they have a great time. And I think it is great that they just kind of show people how you can have a match and you can kind of have fun out there and hit poor shots and kind of laugh at yourself and just enjoy the game. And I know that Two Putt talks about it all the time, like, why does he do it? What does he really enjoy? And he says, I just really love being outside. It's always, the golf courses are just beautiful and you're out in nature. And yeah, I try and, play well, but I just enjoyed the entire experience, and
Yeah.
they're very, very real about all that. And I think,
Yeah.
and they're grinders. I mean, they produce Monday, that video comes out, period. And they, and it's golf vlogs. It's them out on the golf course playing some kind of match, either against themselves or maybe they have some guests, and they're going to be big. I mean, and if just a couple of months, they've risen to about 1,300 or so subs, I think, and they're going to be pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to say one thing that you can learn from them is their rad attitude, like you mentioned, man. I don't, because a lot of times I'm sure you do as well. You get frustrated, you miss that part and stuff. They're funny. They're like, okay, we're the buggy brothers, so I have to be a buggy.
Yeah.
So and a lot of people like me, you miss that part. It's like, man, inside, you can see it. You're mad. And so, I like that, their attitude, definitely. Something to learn from, because you just try to take it, don't let it take you down, because otherwise you're not going to enjoy the game. And then for what, for just to get mad because you didn't make that putt, or you messed up a shot, and sometimes, that's important, I think, just to enjoy.
Yeah,
just to enjoy.
I think it is. And I think
anyways, I've been watching that.
I think it's a good lesson for people that are interested in golf, that, you don't have to go out and be like a scratch golfer like me, or a really good player like you. Like, you can go out and just not be good, but just you can still have fun. And I think that's great. I think people need to stop thinking that golf is what you see on TV, because that is not golf at all. That's not how golf is played, except for a very few number of people. And that you don't have to be that good. You can just go out and enjoy nature, enjoy each other, and not be worried so much as I do about the score all the time. So.
Okay, so what's the next one that you have in mind now?
Well, the next one is a young man that I really admire, and his name is Tye Boone Golf is the name of the channel, and Tye is that dude is a grinder. He's a young man. I want to say he's probably 14, 15 or so, I believe, and he is constant. I mean, he's always working on his game. Pretty decent swing. Very adamant about working on it and getting in his reps with practicing, with hitting balls and putting and chipping and doing all kinds of things. And he does a little bit of that. But he also does a lot of golf vlogs where he's out, got a little challenge going, or playing 9 holes, see if he can beat his score, whatever. Editing is decent. It's definitely gotten better. He's young. But I mean, he is really consistent. I think he's got 400 or 500 subscribers, something in that range. He's out there on Instagram as well, just like the Bogey Brothers, doing well, producing content. Got to respect that. Been doing it for quite a while, and he could, I think if he wants to keep doing it, I think he will be pretty successful. He seems to be really driven and working very hard at it.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a few videos. I am subscribed to him as well, and I like that. I like when you see kids put a lot of effort in making YouTube videos. I think that's it's nice to see. I think for at least for me as a golf YouTuber too. So
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of kids will want to, and they'll make a few, but they just don't stay with it for whatever reason. It's harder. I mean, they don't have as much control of their time. They got to go to school. They have things that they have to do. But when someone does, like Tye, I respect it a lot.
Yeah, that's true what you said. The kids normally just do it for a few times, and maybe they don't get enough views. They're like, oh, forget this. But then, if you keep doing it, that means that you must really like it. You must like you probably like making videos. So it's a good thing. It's for a good purpose that you're doing it. So.
Yep.
Anyways, that's great for this kid. What's another one that you have? Another.
So the third one is a gentleman by the name of Dougie Barnard. Dougie, many people knew him. He originally started known as the Golf Clan. And Dougie is pretty new to the game. I think he's only been playing about a year and a half or two. He actually played tennis competitively. He was All-American at Notre Dame, won a number of tournaments in both singles and doubles. So he's been an athlete. He actually did some bodybuilding. So and now he's gotten into golf, and he's one of those guys that he grinds it. He's producing content, and the thing about Dougie is that he's very much about promoting the game and others. So like I know for a while he's done a lot with like what does golf mean to you, and he publicized what other people were saying and supporting them. And I know that now on his Instagram page he has a thing where like people, like everybody's trying to do trick shots at home and stuff like that. Well, Dougie is trying a few things, but he's also saying, hey, show me your trick shots. I'll put them out on my channel, and promoting other people. And he's just really all about that. I know on his channel he does a lot of golf vlogs. He travels a lot. He actually went out to California and managed to play with the Bogey Brothers when he was out there. And he really enjoys the connection that he gets with YouTube and with Instagram within the golfing community. And I think it's really cool. I admire his work ethic and everything that he's doing. He really works hard to produce the content, a lot of editing, and I think where his heart is great. And he's a fine gentleman.
But you said he only played for a year? Are you sure of that?
I believe that, yeah. Well, I know golf is very new for him, but I believe it's only been like a couple years. Yeah.
I thought he was. He plays really good then. I mean, for even if it's 1 or 2 years, that's excellent. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's clearly an athlete. He can do it. Now, of course,
the tennis help.
He does not do this for a living. I believe he is an attorney, so he has a lot of work to do, so he can't put in a lot of time. But he's an athlete, and he certainly has quite the ability and to pick things up.
Definitely. Okay, so we got what's the next one that you like? The third one.
So another channel that I like is a little bit bigger. It's kind of on the edge of small, and it's Josh Kelley Golf. Now, I'm not a huge Instagram person, but it's my understanding that Josh is actually pretty big on Instagram. He does a lot of trick shots, but I mean, this guy is no joke, a tremendous player, and crazy skills. Crazy skills. Okay. I've seen him hit some shots that are just ridiculous. I know one of the videos that I think was very popular is that he was playing Jenga, golf Jenga. So he had these larger blocks, like 2x4 kind of pieces of wood stacked up like a Jenga tower, and he was hitting shots. He would, to hit little stingers or something like that to knock one block out at a time and play it that way. But he's done a lot of trick shots. I know he was doing he had a guy that was hitting shots into him from like far away, from like 100, 150, 200 yards, where he would hit them out of the air like with a driver. So the ball would be coming in and he was knocking them out. I mean, it's really pretty amazing stuff.
I never heard of him. I'm looking at his page now, but I never. Yeah. This is the first time I've seen
really good golfer.
A lot of trick shots. Yeah.
Does that. He does some course vlogs, challenges. He'll play, like he did something where he played like 9 holes left-handed, and I know that became a big thing, but he did it. I don't want to say he did it first, but he did it a while ago before everybody started doing that recently. I know a lot of guys on tour are starting to do that now. But he's just a tremendous talent. I mean, his eye hand and power is quite interesting. And so I definitely need to go check him out a little bit more now since I've learned he's on Instagram there. But I always excited to see when he gets a video that goes up. So, and he's actually not too far away, so I'm going to try and connect with him. He's in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and so I'm in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Most people know my area because of the Amish, the people that still have horses and buggies. So I live in that area. And so Philadelphia is just about an hour and a half to my east. And so Atlantic City is like about another hour away. So not too far away. I hope to be able to connect with him soon.
That's cool. So I'll put a link in the description with all these channels. Let me ask you one more question. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? After all this mess with the virus, to as far as the channels, all the creators, and the golf community and YouTube. You think it's going to be effective in any way, or you think it's just going to be as normal, or
Well,
what do you think of that?
I'm old enough to have been through something like this before. Now, obviously not like a virus like we have now, but in the United States, we went through a terrible recession back in 2008 and 2009. And I had a business. I had a business with 33 people running 2 shifts. And in a matter of a few months, we were idle with 0 work. And I know what happens. Like, so, and my fear is that, people aren't going to just travel. People aren't going to just get back on the airplanes. Even if they say, hey, everything's fine, people aren't going to just do that. And I don't know, I don't know how it's going to be for a lot of these like golf resorts and places like that, where I know that a lot of the YouTubers, like, they've really gotten into doing a lot of travel and going out and supporting those. So, it's always kind of like I think it's going to be harder for smaller YouTubers, I think, because I think those resorts are going to be less likely to just throw money or throw that sort of thing around. They might let them play for free, but they're not going to put them up in the hotel or fly them in or anything like that, as they do.
Right.
So, but I don't know that people are going to just throw money to do product placements or to do reviews or something like that, because there's going to be a contraction. I don't know how there isn't. I don't know how people aren't concerned going forward. With money. So you're not as likely to go out and buy that $500 driver now. Maybe like the people that have a lot of money will still do it, but the people that are kind of they like, what? I'm just going to go and get the one from 2 years ago that's at the the used clubs shop.
There's going to be different priorities, I think. Even just play. You're going to say, well, it's expensive to play golf sometimes, or you're going to go play at some cheap locations, or you might not even go that much. Maybe people who used to go like every week, maybe I think they're just going to go once a month or every 2 months.
Yeah.
Or even the driving range. I think there's going to be, a big change. It's not going to be like before. I hope that it will be, but I think it's going to be really different.
I think,
and we'll get adjusted, I think, eventually, but it's going to be tough, I think, for a lot of people.
I think it's, if you're a YouTube content creator, I think that it's, really important to take this time to really learn your craft, like really become better at photography or video work, knowing how to use those cameras better to create better shots, and know how to do editing better, either to get better, to be faster, or to do more interesting things. Because if you're going to be successful if you want this to be a business, like if you want to do this for income, then you're going to have to be really good in order for people to want to pay or to be able to give you something. And as far as people in general, like you and me, that that's not where we're at as a channel. I think it's a little bit different. Like, we're going to still make content and that sort of thing. But I think it's definitely, like, for me, I'm spending a lot of time trying to come up with ideas and content and practicing, and because we're sort of locked down. Like, we can do some things, but not everything. And so, our business is at a standstill, personally. So, we're hurt by that. So, I don't know.
We're all in the same boat. It's tough.
It is, but we'll get through it, and hopefully things will get going. And I think for a lot of people, the next time they get out on a golf course, I think they might just appreciate being out on the golf course a little bit more than what we might have previously, and just be like, wow, this is nice, and hopefully that feeling lasts for a little while, that we don't just go back to taking some things for granted quite as quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's great. Like I said, I'm gonna put the description in the the channels in the description. And is there anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think so. Eric, I really appreciate the opportunity to chat with your viewers, and I thank you for that.
Well, okay. Well, it was nice having you, and make sure to check him out too. A Golfer's Walk. I'll also put a description of your channel down in the description. Well, that was it, I guess. Thank you for your time, and I guess we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Eric. Bye-bye.
Thanks.